It's pretty hard to get your head around being in LA one day and then in a bowl of green in Cornwall. But it's awesome. It's very exciting. Yeah, so the adrenaline of getting up in front of 5,000 wet Cornish people or travellers is going to be. It's always fun. Yeah.
Do you know that this is one of the downsides of an independent, isolated biosphere? Over all these hills, sunny, beautiful. Just over the other side of all these hills, people are sunbathing.
I had seen those images of the domes, but I didn't have a sense of the scale, and nor the geography of the space sort of thing. So it's a bit of a mindfuck, if you know what I mean. Coming down the hill and sort of trying to get your head around what you're looking at. It's really cool.
This is Eden. This is the miserable pit of hell that is Eden. It is a beautiful, beautiful place because this is such an incredible, creative place where so many amazing people have performed and generated work. It's a place of generation, of the growing of stuff. So I'm going to, in the spirit of that, try a new song.
Yeah, I guess I'm a comedian, musician, actor, I suppose. But I think writing music for theatre is really the core of what I do. Even my comedy shows are really just theatrical songs, and I just happen to be the person performing them.
This final movement is entitled The Environment. I believe the planet that we live in is a living organism, and we must treat her carefully. I don't think we can assume we can just go on consuming her resources indefinitely. The earth's not a bottomless pit, and we can all do our little bit. For our next song, fuck, I love boobs up. I just really care for them. They are equally fun when they're 21 or octogenarian. They are just so flappy, they make me feel happy. I would rather eat a boob than a bap. What? I just really love.
The reason comedy has been the thing that's given me my career is because it's something that I do sort of naturally, I guess, in that I didn't set out to be a comedian. I just started talking and playing my songs and people started thinking they were funny. And so I don't find performing comedy hard. In fact, I find it the most sort of me state I can get in when it's going well. I've looked back at my material and it's sort of, with time, become more clear what it is that I'm actually writing about. And so I put this show together and really focused on the idea that what I'm writing about is words and the power of language sort of thing. And so the show actually becomes about that. But that's only what I think it means. Actually, what they're going to get is a whole lot of songs that range from, talking about the Pope to talking about cheese. And we've really, about the last half hour of the show, they can dance to, and I'm playing a bit from Matilda and playing one of my non-comic songs as an encore. And it's just meant to go further down the path that I'm trying to of trying to develop this idea that if you come to my show, you get a sort of slightly anarchic bit of really good musical entertainment as opposed to strictly a comedy show or whatever. It's just like the orchestra show was, a sort of musical extravaganza with lots of funny words.
No, I'm not saying that I am Jesus. I'm not saying that I am Jesus. I am Jesus. Praise be to Jesus. Praise be to Woody Allen Jesus. Woody Allen Jesus. Praise be to magic Woody Allen, zombie, superhero, Komodo dragon, telepathic vampire, quantum hovercraft, me, Jesus.
I think this place is absolutely incredible, and one thing that gives one hope is how much, up until recently anyway, kids in primary school seem to be learning to take care of their planet in the same way we learnt algebra and English, certainly in Australia. It's a huge part of how kids learn. I'm in an interesting place because I'm a sort of, good lefty hippie, but I also, I think, and until further notice, I'm pro-nuclear and pro-GM, and because I'm a science head, I'm not interested I'm interested in what the data shows, not the naturalist fallacy that everything natural is good and everything generated by man is bad, which is just a terrible load of bollocks that really, really stops good stuff happening. But I believe that science will solve the problems that industrialisation has created, only because I'm an environmentalist. Scientists created 50 tonnes of carbon. Human nature will keep consuming and buying shit, and the only way we're going to get out the other end is if science. You can't stop people flying. I want to stop flying, but I'm not stopping flying, so I'm just a big levitating hypocrite. The only way we're going to stop the amount of fossil fuel jets put out is build jets that don't use as much fossil fuel. And of course, ships. But no one cares about ships, even though it's all their fault. Fuck you, ships!
Shall I talk about my wife? My wife has fans. For those of you who haven't seen me before, I have this wife. A lot of comedians have these wives that you get going around, and they talk about them for the sake of comedy value. But I like my wife. My wife's particularly special because yesterday was 19 years.
Are you funny at home? Would your wife say that you were very funny, or you've done all that and actually deadly serious?
Oh no! I mean I'm at my most serious in interviews, because all comedians end up being analytical about their work. But no, I'm pretty silly at home. I'm a happy person, I'm not a disturbed clown. But yeah, I think a pretty fundamental part of my marriage is that we're silly. But sometimes life's tiring and children are assholes, and so I don't wander around the house making duck noises all the time, but quite a lot of the time I do.
Okay, I'm very pleased to hear that. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for talking to me.